Good, appropriate time of the day to you, friends and enemies. I am Richard, and this whole thing around us, and that's LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now. Limited time offer, no vowels. And how are you doing today? I hope you are doing well, he said, being out of the frame slightly there. Yeah, sorry about that. That took a bit longer to sort out. Just as I was about to start streaming, suddenly stuff happened here in the real world that I desperately needed to make sure was dealt with before we started streaming. It took a little bit longer, but hey, we're here now. We're ready to go to continue with Citizen Sleeper 2, Starward Vector. And hopefully the dice will be on our sides today, because, you know, we really got screwed over last time. Well, I mean, we went down an alternate path of what is going on. So we will find out whether or not we are, in fact, doing good or not. But yeah, and there's a load of different things that popped up while we were waiting, which... Can you quiet down? No? If I click... No, that doesn't cancel the music. Alright, well, no problem. First of all, I need to... Swivel! Whee! Around and around we go. Where we stop? Well, it'll be facing the camera, because otherwise, you know, you don't want to see the back of my head for the whole of this thing. And it's been 10 minutes, so you can redeem it again.
Just redeem, sit on it and swivel.
Excellent. Took so long. More swiveling. Okay, back the other direction. Woo! And even a third one. So I'm off kilter. I am 1 degree or 1 tert spin swivel further clockwise, he said. Trying to work out whether it was clockwise or anti-clockwise. Yeah, clockwise. And then, oh, we've had a hydrate and a stretch. I can definitely... man, I can definitely do with that. And a stretch. Yeah. Whew. Stretch my legs, which you can't see, but yes. And then... I see what you did there. 2 vowels. You went, oh, and then there was a word, how. And then there was another vowel, I. And then need sleep. I see. Oh, I. Oh, I need sleep, how. Or how need sleep? OI? IO? Input output? Is that what you're talking about? I don't understand. Why would you be talking about input and output? Never mind. On and off? 0, 1? I don't know. Oh, I see that you need sleep. Why? Why do you need that sleep? Is it important for your body to maintain its regular rhythms, etc., and not die? Well, then you should take it, definitely. Go to sleep. Go enjoy the sleep of somebody who desperately needs sleep. Go and sleep like a baby. That is, all the way through, and not shitting your pants every so often. Because you're not wearing nappies now. Well, I assume you're not wearing nappies now. You could be. No fault if you are. But yeah, go do that. Input and output, because I've been dealing with old consoles, of course. Yes, it could be that. I wonder if any of my old consoles will run on a TV now. Who knows? I don't. Still, that's not why we're here. We're here, well, I mean, we're looking at very different inputs and outputs here. We're looking at the inputs and outputs of... Whoop! Citizen Sleeper 2. For which I still need to do a loud noises. And I'm not really sure what loud noises there are in Citizen Sleeper 2. I mean, as you can hear, there's the hum of the background. And there's the curses of me as my dice break, or we get stressed. Oh God, it didn't work again! And then there's the music that is starting up. But yeah, I don't know. Lots of loud noises. But yes, alright, let us continue with the game and see where Cycle 8 as an extractor. Here we are. Look, it's almost halfway through this thing. The sound of a citizen sleeping. I mean, okay, we could just do. We could do that. I don't know that that's any good. Okay, now these are the places where we want to do things for our main mission for get the feed lines. We haven't completed a board contract, which we can do, and that will get us 1 point. I don't think we can. We have 1 point available, and yes, my head is obscuring that. Yeah, as you can see, they just cost 4, and they're exactly the same as this one over here. They will just add +2 to any die that we use in interface or engineering. That's it. So yeah, my face coming back. There we are. So yeah, we can't do that. We'll go away. So I think the first thing we need to do, however, is reduce our stress. We absolutely need to do that. Which is going over here. Because if this dice rolls a 1, it will break. And as far as I can tell, I looked it up, there is no way to heal these points. Once it breaks, you can repair it, but you cannot heal the dice. So, so we're going to rest and recover and help you reduce stress. Wait, there's a negative. There's a chance of doing negative? Oh, screw you. Recovery failed. Or you. That's the noise. Alright, and we lost 2 stress. Which means we're at 1, but we're not at the number 1. So if I roll a 1, I will not get stressed out. So we will stick with that. We have 7 credits. We're trying to find supplies. Yeah, we've got 1 piece of raw scrap, which we can sell at the scrap merchants. The trade hall? No, that's where we buy stuff. Where do we sell it? Swift Scrap Swap. SSS. There we go. If I plug it in, it doesn't tell me how much it will, but let's do it. $16 cryo. Okay. 1 raw scrap. I bet we need that raw scrap for something else as well. Never mind. Yeah. Custom supplies. If we go back there, we cannot deliver the data core. We do not have 400. We've got 23. We can get 200 by going out on another run. Or we can go over here and cast and crack. To steal the feed lines, you'll need to get into Carsten's security system and plan out an angle of attack. And we have double negative for interface. Or we can engage, which is dangerous. Leave Junai to the hacking and covertly observing Carsten. The quickest and riskiest way to scope out the security. We've got a 6 and a 5 though, so we can use both of those, so they'll be pretty good. 100% positive. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 actions with the clock. This will probably get us 2. Not a kloss. There's no such thing as a kloss. Watching Carsten allows you to identify each element of the base security system. This is vital information. Alright, we can do it again. 50-50. Yep, Carsten correct again. Positive again. Watching Carsten allows you to identify this is vital information. And then we've got 2 more. Well, we've only got 4. I don't need to get food, because we've got 5 food things there. So let's do this. 25% chance of getting a negative. Let's hope we get the 25% chance of being a positive. Nope. Okay. And that should have eaten double energy, but it didn't. It only ate 1. You misjudge your timing, and Carsten spots you following you. You flee, but you'll need to be more careful. Indeed. Never mind. Alright, well, that's the end of a day. We're doing okay. We're going to lose some energy again. That doesn't matter, because, you know, it's the end of the day. I'm going to find some supplies. Oh, we've still got 2 fuel. Alright, end cycle. Alright. There we go, we got 2 6s. So, we can go over here, plug in one of those 6s and get a 100% positive, which will finish filling out the clock. Very Blades in the Dark. Although I don't think Blades in the Dark started it. Yes, you have enough info to take a shot at this time. Time to go through with the plan. Alright. I mean, no, let's not go through with the plan. Let's do something else. The sound of fists on keyboards wakes you from the scrolling code on the terminal screen. You turn to see Junai, a rare half smile on her face as she floats cross-legged with her deck in her lap. The blue light of the snap-on screen makes her eyes glint with glittering excitement. Got him! She shoots you a look. Carsten's whole system is mine. Not ours, mine. That's worrying. You push away from your terminal to glide over to her screen. Running the mapping protocol now, I want to know every little dusty corner of this network. Nice work. Hey there, person who is doing horrible steely jobs. Nice work. Hold on, you're not there yet. Sexy 6s. 60 sexes, maybe, I don't know. It's coming up now. Seems Carsten is pretty paranoid. The whole system is iced over with some pretty serious security. She frowns. What are all these layers of... A red pulse flashes across her face, changing her features. Shit! Fingers dance across the keyboard. Something is closing the port. We need... Another red flash on the screen. And her screen goes blank. Junai's fists hit her keyboard again. Harder! I'm not going to hit my keyboard to recreate that, because I like my keyboard. It enables me to type things. We've been kicked out. She is rapidly shaking her head. There's no way a salvage shop would have these kind of countermeasures. She looks troubled. Maybe you picked in the wrong corner? She looks over at you. It seems so. I think our friend Carsten is involved in some nasty stuff. Ooh. She rubs her forehead in thought. That I can do. Aha! Wait! See, she had an idea. Fingers fly across the keyboard. Screen flickering with commands. Complex node graph assembling on the screen. A mess of interlocking connections. The mapping protocols did enough. She points at the screen. All the security systems are there. She indicates a dark section of broken connections. We didn't get what's here, but it seems like we found some kind of archive. Nothing we want. Ooh, I wonder what is there. Maybe we can sell it for much money and run away. Junai shrugs. Some big data trawls. Yeah, some big data trawls, it looks like. Copies of old drives he found? Could just be a load of data left over from salvage jobs that he thinks is worth something. She smiles. He's a meathead with no eye for data. It's probably a load of debug logs he thinks are Solheim secrets. She giggles at the idea. Well, you know, the fact that he had a load of security and caught you, maybe we could perhaps give him a modicum of respect and think that maybe it's other stuff that he might think is valuable, that could be valuable, that is secrets that he's hidden away from everybody else? No? Let's just assume he's an idiot, shall we? Okay, fine. Uh-oh. Junai pulls a thumb drive out of her many pockets and slots it into the deck. Time to train my cat. Your cat? Interface, identify the program. Negative, 50% neutral, 50% negative. No, let's just say your cat. I'm too stupid to understand what you mean by cat. It's a Katzenjammer. Cat for short. Basically, it takes a network map, finds the weaknesses, and when you hook it up, blasts the network with so much network noise and raw data that it becomes unusable. She smiles to herself. Any tech connected to it gets a killer headache. Are you not going to be connected to it? I mean, I assume it shields you, but so not any tech connected to it. I guess you could, you know, put it in there and then take your network connection out. I don't know. I built it to take the remnants of Solheim security systems out of commission on old derelicts. She squints. I had one too many close calls. And what will it do to Carsten's shop? Pretty much try anything on our map. Cameras, shutter controls, alarms. It'll be pure chaos. She plucks the thumb drive out of her deck and hands it over. The cat head sticker on it, catching the light as you turn it in your fingers. We've lost access, of course. Junai turns back to her screen, bringing up another node map. But there's an old Solheim port from the original facility just outside Carsten's. Slot the cat in there and we should be able to find a back door. Alright, what are we waiting for? Let's go! Nothing, but... she looks away. This isn't going to be quiet, she squints. This whole system is going to be data blasted. It's not a subtle hack. When you slot the cat, you get in, grab the feed lines and run. Well, I'm glad I've got a 6. Sounds like one hell of a risk. Seraphine's voice catches you both by surprise. He slips into the dark and empty unit. Well, Junai pauses, looking between the two of you. It's the best option. Seraphine narrows his eyes. And where will you be while we run the gauntlet of scrambled security and make the grab? Junai looks away. I can monitor how it goes down remotely? From here, or from the ship? Seraphine gives you a look. You can tell he is finding it hard to trust Junai after everything. I'm not sure I want you alone on the ship. Junai looks annoyed. I can't even pilot a ship like that, if that's what you're worried about. She starts to pack up her deck. But I don't know that. The fact that you have just said that doesn't mean that it is true, or in fact, that you couldn't have hired somebody else to steal this ship, and this is a whole just giant bluff on your part, or distraction, not bluff. But yeah. I'll set up somewhere else if you prefer. She gives Seraphine a look. I get it. Happy to earn your trust. Junai shoulders her bag and glides to the door. When you're ready, slot the cat and go. By the time you're back at the ship, I'll be there. She glances down. Don't leave without me. Shoots Seraphine another look and then slips out of the unit. I don't particularly want to leave. Alright. Seraphine watches her go. Turns to you. The whole of Hexport is going to hear about this. But be ready the moment you do. You better be ready to go the moment you slot that thing. I'll be ready. Seraphine nods silently. I'll be at the ship, preparing the engines. We need to be ready to fit the lines as fast as we possibly can. He meets your eyes. Be careful. Don't stop for anyone or anything. Places a hand on your shoulder, and don't even think about looking back. With that, he slips out of the unit, leaving you alone to consider what comes next. Alright, okay. So if I go there, slot the cat. Input 1 Katzenjammer. System jamming program on a cat-marked thumb drive. Or thumb-nail drive. Alright. But we could go out. We've got enough fuel to go out and scavenge fuel. Not scavenge fuel. To, where is it? Map. To go out and do this. We've only got 2 supplies though. Which means we only got 2 days. So... And I want to use up all of these dice before I do so, because it advances time. So... let's go to the warehouses and do some risky business. Freight loading. I'm proficient at Endure, so the warehouse at Export Docks supplies the industry operations of the station, meaning they need constant loading and restocking. Give me money, make it worthwhile. 8 cryo for a neutral outcome. That's where I buy food. That's where I sell and buy stuff. So we're going to buy more supplies. That's where I can buy things. Eat at the canteen so I can get 4 energy. That's where we get the contracts. That's the one we've got that one already. That's the job. Here we are. This is what I was looking for. Dangerous job. So we'll do that. Because it's got a 100% positive outcome. And it's worth more. 12 cryo. See? An extra 4 cryo. That was worth it, eh? And then they got 2 3s. Let's get rid of all of our stress. There we go. Positive outcome, double stress loss. And I've still got 3, which we'll go over here and do some risky stuff. I'll use that up to a 4. 11 cryo for a positive outcome here. See, we've got an extra 1 cryo for doing the dangerous stuff. Wasn't that worth it? Alright. I don't think we need to eat. I think everything is taken care of by doing that. So let us go out and go over here. We've only got 2 fuel, so you know that's going to be all of our fuel. Oh, wait. No, the reason I was doing that was to buy some supplies. Let's just buy 1 more supply. Big purchase. Supplies will be taken over to your ship and stowed until you need to use them on a contract. Now we'll go to the map, and then we'll head out. Now we've got 3 lots of supplies. Who are we taking with us? Junai and this person, Nia even. Confirm crew. This. Whoop! Is where I move my head. It's a drone! Saffron spots the signal source first, like barely shimmering off its... Wow, 3 6s. We're doing good. Spots the signal source first, the light barely shimmering off its dark hull plating, a design trait that betrays its covert use. Flash catches your attention. You see a rent in the hull, though, through which red lights pulse. Wounded, Saffron shakes his head. We should have finished the job. You've seen one before? Saffron looks back over his shoulder towards you. We've seen one before, don't you? Oh, sorry, I've got no memory of this. So sorry. I know it's not your fault. He looks at the drone. Lane had us work on one in Darkside Bay, though it was barely a shell. Disarmed and deactivated, he had us searching through its guts for salvage. Even that one gave me the creeps. It had its core ripped out. He pushes the ship closer. This one is still alive. Conway. Nia kisses her teeth. Corporate scum. She glances over at her. Oh, sorry, no, you glance over at her. See the fire in her bright eyes. Don't even dare to come here and force us out themselves. It's all proxies and drones. She shakes her head. Typical cornbread bastards. You run into them before? Headstrong and spirited salvager? She glances at you. You might say that. He looks at the drone. You won't see me taking my eyes off that thing for a second. I had noticed I also had 2 1s. And I haven't got 3 6s, I've got 2 6s and a 5 and 2 1s. Man, me not reading dice. Anyway, Saffron carefully glides the ship closer. You watch the drone. System is full of these things now, running missions for their operators. Rare to see one out in the belt though. Maybe got hit during a run-in with Senestat mercs? Looks like it's drifting. Most of the system's blown out, but look there. Jabs a finger towards the red light on the far side of the drone. It's still broadcasting, and maybe even receiving. Okay, how do we shut it off? Because that's the job. Saffron brings you closer. What I remember from those Darkside jobs is that the central core and the broadcasting array need to be shut off to kill these things. Core will turn off local systems, and the broadcast array will sever the link with the Conway operators. Saffron swallows. But you can bet those systems are protected. I'm going to let you explain. Your attention is suddenly drawn by a shudder from the drone, like a tremor running along its length. The thing is rigged to blow, Sleeper. He frowns. We go slow and careful. We don't touch anything we don't know about. Turns back to Naya. You hear that? I got you. She looks sincere. Surfing brings the rig to a stop. Close enough for you to cross through open space to reach the drone's hull. Let's suit up. You head down to the airlock to prepare. As you get suited up, you think of the corporate war taking place in the inner systems. The war that this drone was driven from. Out here, on the shore of the conflict, the biggest danger is that the flotsam and jetsam drifting in the tides and orbits of the system might, one cycle, bring the war to it. Or war with it. I said the thing. I don't need to get the words exactly right. For now, the belt is outside its reach. But, looking at the red pulsing drone, that doesn't give you much comfort. Considering it's all text, I think they'd let you name the sleeper. I mean, the fact that you don't, I mean, it keeps you in the idea of you're not in your own body. I don't know. I mean, you're a copy, so you are in your body. This is the only body this copy of you has ever known. So you are there. So it still makes you other, which is something that they want to keep reminding you of. You are not physically human. You're trying to find a place to fit in. So, you know, it makes sense within the context of that. But yeah, certainly personalizing your character. I mean, I suppose you chose, but personalizing your character with a name could make you have a stronger connection to it, certainly. But you did get to personalize it by picking what of 3 classes you could be. Yeah, but now the belt is out of reach. But looking at its red pulsing drone, that doesn't give you much comfort. Alright, here we are, and these are the things. Okay, access hatch and hull damage. Uh-oh, it's only got 4 things before it will explode. Alright, what can we do on hull damage? We can identify the route through intuition, which, oh, you're good at. Oh, that is good, that's dangerous, but we can make that 6 because you... Oh look, I can make it wiggle backwards and forwards slightly. Because you got 2 5s. Might be possible to slip through the gap in the damaged hull, but once inside, where to go? How to find the broadcast array. So we can put those both in, so that would be 100% positive. 1, 2, 3, so we've got 12 segments. And over here, we can create an opening with enduring. I can put a 5 in there, and that will be 100%. So I'm assuming the difference is you will fill in 2 or 3 segments, and you will fill in 1 or 2 segments. Without. I don't know what you will do. Will you get stressed rather than risking it blowing open? I don't know. There's a gap where the drone sustains some damage. With a lot of effort, it might be possible to pry away the plate and create an entry point. And down here we have a 5 and a 3. I hadn't even looked at you. Alright. Okay, and what have we got at the top? Uh-oh, interface. We're all crap at interface. Alright. With the drone in such a reactive state, ready to fry itself in defense, perhaps reprogramming the hatch to open it to your crew is the best approach. Okay, we've got another 12. And over here we've got 2 engineers, which you guys are crap at. Well, I don't know what you, Seraphine, are going to do. You seem to be pretty rubbishy at most things in this particular one, unfortunately. The drone is in a delicate state, and any damage could cause it to trigger its self-destruct. It will take skill to release the access hatch. Well, we need to do both of these, unfortunately. Is there anything we can do on the rig? We cannot use that at the moment, which is a shame. That is definitely what I would use the ones for. I don't need to cook up any supplies. The engine, I can't put the feed lines in because I don't have them. Alright, well then, there's no point in pushing. I mean, I can make that a 5, I suppose. We're going to do the hull damage first of all. I mean, you're going to go over there, aren't you? Alright, well, let's dangerously do this, identifying the route. Okay, let me show you how. Yes, do that. Because you are proficient in intuiting, and nobody else is. Dun, 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 dun. +2 broadcast access. There, that's how it's done. Well, that doesn't bode well for my trying over there, but I will. There we go, that's 100% positive action. Let's see how much this does. Oh, it seems the yellow cabling is part of the broadcast system. Following it may be key. And here we go with enduring to create an opening. No, that also gives us +2. Alright. As the hull plating comes away, a red lit tangle of twisted cables and piping is revealed, like the interior of some creature. Alright, Nia, give us another 2, so we'll be halfway home and glories to go. I'm not work shy. There we go, we've done 6. Perfectly judged, indeed. Now I could plug those both in there, and there's also these ones, which I don't think I'm going to use at all. Alright, Seraphim, you can do a neutral thing over here. We'll have to just show me where, Sleeper. 50-50 chance. And your skill found. Because you have that there. Oh, I'm covering over part of the identify route thing. Hey, we got a neutral outcome, which added 1. Huzzah! What if we do this? You can be negative as well, can't you? Agreed, Sleeper. I don't agree with that at all. I think it's the only thing you can do on here. Oh, we need to get 12 on here, but I'm the only one who can work on this. I don't know. See, if I try and put a die in there... No, interface skill is missing. But I can still do it. So the skill isn't required? Or is it required? No, because I can start the action. So it's not required. Alright. I wonder if it might be better to finish this one off first, because then maybe Seraphim and Nia will be able to do things with their dice in here. So yeah, alright. Let's take a risky action over here. There we go. As the whole plate comes away, a red tangle of twisted wires, cables, piping is revealed in the interior of some creature. And we can do this one as well. There we go. And then we will take a 50-50 chance on this. That's fine. Oh no, 75. 25. I'm ready when you are. Well, I'm ready right now. Seraphim. Start. Don't be the 25, don't be the 25! Hey, we made it! We're in! Whoop! You hear the beeping immediately. Among the chambers and the cabling of the drone's interior, something has started counting down. Guys? No, his voice comes hissing through the suit's comm channel. Does anyone else hear that? Because I'm getting nervous. Shit, Seraphim's voice joins her. This is what I was worried about. Are we screwed? Can't be sure. Seraphim has dropped his voice to a whisper, as if it might make a difference. Either this thing is about to send out a distress call, or it's about to blow. Gotta shut this system down fast, he pauses. Then we move to the other side, because I bet you there's a surprise waiting for us there too. We good? Nia sounds tense. Am I heading back to the ship or what? We're good. We keep going. He shuts off the chat. We take a moment in the silence. Alright, time to deal with this fast. Then get over to the other side before something happens. Alright. New location discovered. Shit. Well, we can't do this. I mean, we can. But we've got double negative on this. I mean, I could try this. It's a 50-50 chance, but Oh. Drone death. Disable the core, shut down the broadcast array. Once both are done, the convoy won't bother anybody anymore. Yeah, that means I need to do both of these. So I'm just going to have to hope that we roll really well, because I cannot use my 1 dice. I mean, I could use them here. That's dangerous, and the drone might blow up. Or I might encounter stress. So I think I'm just ending the cycle. Everybody eat the supplies, and then we roll the dice. Okay, 6, a 5, 2 4s, and a 2. A 1, a 4, a 4, and a 1. You are useless. Even if I use my push and add +2 to the lowest crew die roll, right? Even if I do that, then when I plug it in here, it's going to become a 1 again. Alright. I mean, I'm going to fail this again. I can't... I don't know. Alright, interface skill is missing. Start the action anyway, because I can't do anything else. We got... neutral outcome, array disabled 1. Start the action again. Array disabled 2. We got lucky. The array system begins to shut down with some careful encouragement. I mean, now we're down into the 50-50s. Which presumably will accelerate the clock. No, I got some stress from it. Okay. The array sends a warning pulse through its systems, almost blowing out its connections. Care is needed. Well, I can't do anything about that. I have to do this. Nobody has any better numbers. Whew. Array disabled. The interior of the drone lights up in a crimson flash. Alright, that is dealt with. But up here... again, you're all crap. And, I mean... I can make that too. Okay, I mean, I might as well do it over at the other one. Because it's only risky and not dangerous. You're all rubbish. I don't know why you came with me. There we go, drone stress. Don't give up on me yet, and then we'll do this one as well. Not my forte, but so what? We got control access. We needed a break. Drone systems begin to give up their secrets. With enough time, the access hatch can be opened. So we got 1 out of 12. And then we've got 3 dice that we're not going to use. I mean, I could do it over here, then I've got a 50-50 chance of being dangerous. But I don't want it, because I don't want the stress. So, what a load of rubbish you all are. Oh, and now you... what are you rolling, you horrible people? We're not going to complete this. Alright. Engineering. Start the action. 50-50. Hey! +3 for the danger here. For a positive outcome. Hatch starts to move as the mechanism is adjusted. This might actually work. In the words of Darkwing Duck, let's get dangerous. Indeed. Well, we're up to 4 out of 12. I mean, if I add... no, there's no point. There's no difference between a 1, which gives a 50-50 odds. Oh, sorry. Or a 2, which is going to be... oh, well, I can't see the odds of that, but it's a 50-50. And if you do a 2, it's still a 50-50. So even if I pushed and increased it with my lowest crew, and increased the lowest crew die, they would then go back down to being 4s. I mean, let's just see what happens. I got control. Awesome. Well done. We got one. Alright, I'd rather you guys got stressed than me. If you say so, Sleeper. Yeah, I do. Oh my god. Yeah, you continue to do this. With the drone in such a reactive state... well, let's see. I didn't read out the good message. No. The system drone, false warning. Next time you won't be so lucky. That created drone stress. Alright, well... then I have to end again. And this is the last of our supplies. So maybe we're going to start losing energy now. Supplies empty. You got a 6. You got a 5. But I can engineer for... let's see, I only need 3, so let's put the 6 in there. We're 100% positive in the risky thing. There we go, 3 control access. Excellent. Drone shift, something has changed. What has changed? Hey, new location discovered. You've got your own 3 countermeasure. Okay, and you can do things. Disconnecting the backup. In the core, you see the drone is running on backup power. Disconnecting that carefully. One step closer to a full shutdown. Well, both of mine are crap. Me and... I don't know why you're here with me, Seraphim. You've been crap at everything. You've been neutral at one thing and crap at every other skill on here. So, you know, I don't particularly want you to be here. Next time I'll bring somebody useful. Nia, you can help us by doing a risky thing with a 100% positive outcome because you are proficient in intuiting things. So intuit this thing. Core disabled +2. Pretty slick, right, Sleeper? Yeah, not bad. The whole series of connectors is released. Just a handful more to go. Then this is over. Alright, well, I've got 3, which will become a 4. We only need 1, so we only want a 25 or a 50. So, 75% chance of this working. 3, 2, 1. Start action. Core disabled. The interior of the drone lights up in a crimson flash. Da-na-na-na. Still thrumming. The thrumming, pulsing interior of the drone goes still for the first time since you boarded it. You look across at Seraphim and Nia and share a smile. You all exhale so loudly we heard over the suit's shared comm channel. The drone is dead. One less piece of Conway shit to worry about. Nia grins. We killed it. Don't get too excited. Seraphim cuts in. It was looking pretty rough when it got here. Make your way back out to the hull. Drone now faintly rolling in one direction. Its stabilizers offline. Nia catches up with you as you glide towards the rig. Make a pretty good crew, Sleeper. The drone is dead. Long live the drone. We make a pretty good crew, Sleeper. Yep, we do. Nia grins widely and punches you on the arm playfully. You reach the rig's airlock and take one last look at the drone's dark hull. It catches the light as it rolls in the vacuum. At some point in the near future, this drone will likely be smashed to pieces by one of the many asteroids in the belt. Spread across this place as twinkling dust. The thought pleases you, so why don't you destroy it? Now that you've shut it down, what is wrong with you destroying it? Whoop. Briefly have 2 heads. Now I'll lose my head. 2 heads about the 1, etc, etc. That's the thought of the cryo export. Now owes you time to go collect. Contract complete. Why don't we care if it blows, now that it cannot send out a signal? I mean, I understand beforehand. Maybe it didn't... Maybe if it got damaged, it would suddenly go, distress, distress, and send out a distress call. But now that we've shut off its ability to send a distress call, why are we not smashing it into pieces, or salvaging all of the bits and pieces of it? No? We're not going to? Alright, cool. Never mind. Let's escape. Not end cycle. Map. Contract concluded. You can now travel back to the hub. Once you leave, you will not be able to return. Lose 5 stress during travel, but I don't have any stress. We also don't have any fuel or supplies. Take me back. There's nothing else I can do. That's just going to take me here, and I can't de-stress on it. Well, it doesn't matter if I de-stress. To the map. Let us leave and go away. After docking, I'm starving. Why am I starving? What? After docking at Hexwalk, Severin lets go of the controls and leans back in his chair. Nia leans over you. Thank you, Sleeper. She stretches. I know you took a chance on me. Glad to have you. Nia smiles and his facial smile. Feels good to make a contract work. Severin smiles. No matter how we pulled it off. Oh. Let me remember to plug in my headphones. Boop boop boop. Yeah, I need to be charging those as I used them yesterday without the thing plugged in. Feels good to make it contract work, Severin smiles, no matter how we pulled it off. It's hard not to agree, and it feels better when the Hexport courier comes with a logbox full of chits. Lane may be hunting you, but we should help the effort to slip the net. Suddenly you hear a familiar voice. Nia! Femi glides into view, approaching you from the docks. Fixes you with a stare. What are you playing at, Sleeper? Back off, Femi. You got to speak, but Nia drifts forward, cutting you off. Oh. Now, come throwing your weight around, Femi. Because, you know, weight's not as much in space. Your mass is the same, but your weight is less. I can make my own decisions. She glances back at you. Sleeper took me at my word, and I'm grateful. Femi, you did they now? Turns to you. Well, if you're working for Sleeper, I hope they paid you well. So, well, I asked, so... Oh, so they aren't paying you. Severin crosses his arm. Let's keep this civil. You realise this is the first time he is meeting Femi. If we are being civil, seems like Nia has owed her share. Femi fixes you with a severe look. Yeah, sure. I mean, she came from us, and I don't want to be I'm playing this character as if they are arrogant and know everything, but I don't want to be so arrogant that we have the, experience, or you get paid in exposure. We're not doing that. You grab around a quarter of the chits from the lockbox. That's 50 credits. I hold them out to Nia. She takes them sheepishly. Alright then, so we're good here, and turns to leave. Nia mouths a sorry and follows Femi across the docks. I mean, that would be a reasonably good scam between the two of them, if that was it every time. No, I mean, it's not that good a scam. I was just thinking that, I mean, you do the thing and say, oh no, I don't want to be paid, and then force yourself to get paid at the end. But, I mean, you might as well just go for jobs that pay then. Because they're not paying you more than you're worth, because they're feeling sorry for you. Or because they think they're getting one over on you. No, so it's not worth it. She follows Femi. Never mind. Severin watches them go. Sure know how to pick 'em, Sleeper. He shakes his head. Turns away and heads back to the docking bridge. Just hope we aren't going to end up a stack of cryo short for when we need to get out of here. Yeah, you just completed a drive and earned an upgrade point. You have push upgrades available. Go to the character screen to the right of the UI to see them. Boop. Yep. So for 2 points, I can put it so that crew stress goes down unless they are full on stress. Or I can add +1, so we will add +3 to the lowest crew die affected to a crew die. But I could also save up and, you know, get this. I think I might have to save up and buy interface, because everybody having -2 was absolutely killer. I mean, we made it barely, but that's really not where we want to be. And yeah, and then I can make use of things. Yeah. Alright, well, I'm not going to spend those 2 points now, no matter what. Ooh, look at all the days that got filled in there. Alright. Well, I need to get some food, so let's go eat at the Hexport canteen. Oh, I've got 189. Alright. Nom nom nom. I said nom nom nom. There we go. +4 energy. So we're no longer starving. That's great. Makes what trade makes fragrant stews. Sucked through a straw, they are heavy and warming. Still got that guy coming after you. Yes. That's what this red clock here is. On the run. Put some distance between you and Lane, but you're sure that he'll be able to close the gap as soon as he is able. Which I think... no, keep looking for supplies. Which I think will get resolved once we steal the feed from Carsten Supplies. Now I don't know if I need any dice during this thing. I mean, they're pretty crappy dice. But I think I'd rather have all of my dice available for when we do this. Let's slaughter Katzenjammer. We're going to go on the run with no fuel and no supplies. Sounds good to me. Well, maybe I should buy some, because I don't know how much fuel will cost at the next place we get to. So alright, let's fill up on fuel. Hand over the jets, your fuel will deliver to your dock. Fuel capacity filled. Alright, and then you purchase. We'll buy 2 of you. So we've got some supplies. But then, let's go. We've still got 120 credits in case we need them for something. Cats and Jammers. System jamming program on a cat marked thumb drive. Are you ready? Are you steady? Let's go. Security hacked. Alright, you slide the worm into the corroded Solheim port. A noise from the Cats and Jammers shop immediately catches your attention. Oh, sorry, from Carsten's, not Cats and Jammers. Carsten's place is locked up for the cycle. Shutters down, alarms on, the denizens of factory row sneaking past with deliveries and work orders. You hold your position opposite the shop. Take a deep breath, waiting for a sign that this is gonna work. You look at the thumbnail drive with its shimmering cat stickers sticking out of an old Solheim access port. You imagine the flow of data as the Cats and Jammers seeks for an entry port into the Carsten system. You think of Junai tucked away near the ship, watching you through the public networks. You think of Seraphim deep in the engine room of the rig. Hurry the hell up, you think. Enough waiting. Then you hear it, a pulsating white noise spluttering, then a scream out of Carsten's shop. Shadows scissor up and down, the lights pulse, the alarm gurgles in confusion. For a moment you are stunned into stillness. I think it would have been better to be stunned into silliness, but okay. People stop in the street. They turn to look as the shutter's motors burn out a cascade of sparks and acrid smoke. Now or never. Let's not approach carefully. Let's rush inside. 25% chance of positive, 50 negative, 50 neutral, 25 negative. Let's go. I like those odds, although never tell me them. It's a 3, a neutral outcome. Without waiting for a moment, you kick off from the wall and glide towards the entryway, slipping between the gathering observers. You spin off of the crowd, knocking them spinning, but you don't stop. You are through the entryway before the shouts reach your ears. There's no going back. It takes you a moment to gather yourself in the chaos of the shop. Wall-mounted screens scream out white noise, and the flickering lights make it hard to concentrate, but you keep your focus. I mean, again, we're going to steal the feed lines. The feed lines that we talked about wanting. I went up to him and said, hey, I want those feed lines. And, you know, he's going to know it was us. Because we're not stealing other things as well. Stealthy, they'll never know who did it. Yeah, exactly. You scramble over to the feed lines in the window, grabbing the bundle with both arms. They wave wildly in your grasp as you wrench them away and kick off from the counter, gliding back out into the passage. Your arcing glide takes you into the crowd. You steer yourself through a gap in the gathering bodies and kick off hard towards the port. The feed lines wave wildly as you grip them hard to your chest, and you don't look back. Seraphim, better be ready. Your arms ache from clutching the feed lines. You don't loosen your grip until you see the entrance to the docking bridge. Sleeper! You almost ignore the call until you realise you recognise the voice. Junai glides out to meet you with hand on her shoulder, gliding you towards the bridge. I'm with you now, she shoots nervous. She shoots you a glance. What a show, huh? She laughs nervously. It was certainly loud. I didn't need warning. I knew what was coming. I was ready for anything anyway. Cat smiles a little. Wish I could have seen you. Wish I could have seen the cat in action. She smiles, not cat smiles. The cat is the program. The program does not smile. You both glide down the docking bridge, Junai helping you with the trailing feed lines. What you can tell, news of the chaos in Factory Row has not reached the port yet. You feel a flush of excitement as you enter the ship's airlock. This is it. You did it. You try to keep focused, but the elation makes your hand tremble. You take a sharp turn in the central passage of the ship. Make your way to the engine room. The feed lines are now unwieldy in the cramped space. Severin is waiting for you, shaking his head. Looks like we're in business. He lets out a sigh. And on the run from 2 different people now. He grabs the feed lines. I'll take it from here. He quickly begins the process of connecting the engine to the subsidiary fuel tanks. You watch, catching your breath as he works. How about you make yourself useful rather than just making me nervous, Severin says without looking up from his work. Go close the airlock and disconnect the bridge. You and Junai glance at each other. Both of you, now! Severin calls out. The 2 of you turn, make your way to the passage. Your nerves settling now. You arrive at the airlock and reach for the control panel. Then you see him. I see the big old stretch. And yeah, we see Carsten.
Richard's just redeemed hydrate.
Excellent. I could do with a hydration. Delicious. Tasty. Uh-oh. Is this Carsten coming for us? Carsten coming up the docking bridge for us. I could try and close the airlock, or I could just shout stop. He's intimidating shopfitter. We're just going to shout stop. You call out, Carsten just laughs in response. Not a chance. He slams into you with some force, sending you spinning into the metal wall behind you. Jerk in pain as you hit it and lose your sense of direction. Carsten's heavy hands grab your neck and wrench you up towards his face. Sneaky little shit. You think I don't know who it was when I saw what was taken? Exactly. Exactly my point. Idiots. His breath is hot in your face. I thought you sleepers were supposed to be smart. No. What on earth made you think that sleepers were smart? They're people who go to sleep and get paid for it while another copy of them works off their debt. So they don't get paid for it, they take out a huge loan or something. I don't know how exactly it works, but what about that makes you think that they are smart? Before you can respond, he jerks back in pain, a thread of blood spiralling from his forehead. Junai swings again, the pipe catching him in the chest, sending him spinning towards the door. You watch stunned as she inputs the closure sequence, with trembling hands, as the doors hiss close, obscuring Carsten's floating body from view. She is breathing hard and doesn't look up. The pipe drifts from her hand, spinning gently in the air. Thank you. Junai looks back at you and opens her mouth as if to speak, her eyes wild. Severin rushes past, gliding up the passageway from the engine room. Come on, get yourself strapped in. I mean, this means I am wasting all of these dice that I have. I could have been out working, I could have earned us some more credits, but no. I mean, I didn't know what was going to happen, so I'm not horribly terrified that I didn't know what was going to happen and this happened. But now I know. Every time I'm going to do the feed lines like this, I'm just going to spend all my dice earning money beforehand, because I don't need them for anything, and I'm going to roll a fresh set immediately because we're going to a different place. You and Junai follow him, your head spinning, your thoughts racing. You slip into your seat as Severin punches in the departure sequence. The rig begins to pull away from Hexport. Seraphin's hands on the controls. You close your eyes and feel the force of the thrusters firing. Kapow! Major drive complete. +2 upgrade points. the? You. Da, 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 da. Did you get that? Yes. Cool. Thank you very much. What the? Severin's quiet question interrupts your thoughts as the rig cuts across the belt. Export is now behind you, drifting out of visual range. The glinting lights now just part of the background glow of the belt's thousands of reflective bodies. Whatever troubles you stood up there, it has surely been left behind. Absolutely. Who needs... Yeah, it's gotta be. Which is why Seraphin's muttering is worrying you. More trouble? Have you caused more trouble? Your fault again. Seraphin turns. There's a transmission coming out of Hexport? Some kind of evac order? He turns back to the console. Let me check this. Sleeper. The voice is as distorted as it is, cuts through you. Lane. I know you were there. Hissing for. Is that coming from Hexport? So glass at you. Is what coming from Hexport? Give me a second here, Sleeper. Oh. Am I hearing voices in my head? That isn't good. I'm getting a wide channel broadcast. He rubs his shoulders nervously. They are warning people to order their course away from the station. You are slipping away, squawk a noise. But we can't have that. I take this personally, Sleeper. Sharp intake of breath. After all my investment, all my care expended upon you. This is how you repay me. Oh. At least we're heading away, Seraphin interrupts. Maybe it's just a precaution. I see a little something glinting out there. Lane continues. Could that be you? Sleeper? You hear Seraphin calling, but you don't move, you don't breathe. All you hear is Lane's voice. You unclip from your restraint, drifting forwards towards Seraphin. He gives you a wild look. Something isn't right. You don't feel right. A numbness grows in your body, your fingers flexing without your input. You reach towards Seraphin. No, not you. Something reaching out to Seraphin through you. Tension flickers in his eyes. Fear? Hissing silence. Then a rumbling blast. All at once the rig screams, system seizing in electromagnetic paralysis. All at once the rig shifts, carried on some shockwave of light. Okay, so they blew up Hexport. Oh well, bye, Nia. Unless I guess you got to the evacuation point. Pain. Then, darkness. Hey, we're unknown again. Oh, until my dice are... What? What's going on with my dice? Femi! Yes. Him as well. And, you know, Carsten as well, I guess. I don't think we met anybody else. I mean, whoever served me the food, the waiters in the place, they were okay. Well, I spent credits so that I could get energy. Oh, and I've got a glitch. Ah, new mechanic. I spent energy. I spent credits so that I could have energy, so that I wasn't starving when I didn't need to. Because then we immediately left, and I got all of my energy. I mean, game sometimes things where they don't communicate what is going to happen. Yeah. But now I'm in an unknown place, a vast and dark interior. Sorry. Voices echo warmly through your mind. You can't make out when you can't quite make out what is being said. And any attempt to focus causes a growing flare of pain. So you let them fill the air, unidentifiable and soft. You're floating. You enjoy your sleep in the vast and dark interior of the unknown. Have fun. Stay weird. You are floating, and you cannot yet feel your body or its weight. The feeling is pleasant, soothing, and yet the moment you realise this, it begins to fade. Something spasms in your fingers, then you flick it away. Sensation crosses the sole of your foot, and you kick your leg. Weight settles itself in your chest. You're awake. You open your eyes to light playing across the surface patterned with stained cushions cushioning. You're alone. The voice is replaced by the hum of air cycling, the distant clank of maintenance systems. You're alone. This is not your ship. You jerk upwards against the straps that hold you loosely to the berth, suddenly confronted with the last things you remember, an overwhelming numbness, below it an insipid animating force creeping through your mind. You pull at the straps and free yourself, floating from a small habitation room, cushioned and worn, your mind racing. Where are we? Where is this? You glance around, taking in the small room, with its knickknacks tucked behind webbing, strained and worn storage units, its faded padding. This is someone's home. Ooh. The old light fills the room. You float over to the dark square of the windows. You see stars, the bright pinpricks of drive tails, and a skeleton docking bridge. This is a station. The sudden hiss draws your attention to the door, which slides open with a puff of equalizing pressure. Oh, it's Bliss, troubled repair technician. The entering figure jumps as they see you are awake. You're up! They hesitate in the doorway. Where's Seraphim? Your friend, right? They laugh nervously. I'm not really sure. He headed out a while ago. And Bliss? They shrug, not sure what to add. Your crew are out, sorry. They brought you here. Here. I'm not going to say, can you prove it? Here? Where are we? Right, now slowly. This is my room. I glance around. Not much, I know. You're in my repair bay. On the fast spindle. If you know where that is. I don't know anything. Is it in the bell? No. I'm not going to admit my ignorance. How did I get here? I'm not going to say, oh, is that somewhere in the bell? No. Look around the room again. Come on. Let's go somewhere a little more comfortable. They hold out a hand. You are safe. Don't worry. You follow them out into the corridor, gliding behind you, and move along with the ease of somebody who was either born in Zero-G or who spent most of their life there. They glide you across an enclosed balcony where heavily scratched, thick acrylic windows look out onto a chaotic-looking wet dock. At the centre of the dock is the rig, scratched and worn, but still your ship. It's a reassuring sight. Is she okay? She will be, when I'm done with her. Let's see you staring at the rig. Took some damage, but she's a hardy old thing. I mean, from what? Obviously it's from Hexide exploding. Or, that is what I am working on the assumption of, and I think Lane had me strangle Seraphim. Which isn't great. So yeah. Your ship, Whisper. You were lucky I heard your distress signal. You sense they're holding something back. I guess that expensive long-range array I was tricked into buying finally paid off. They laughed to themselves. Well, at least for someone. You were out cold when I got there, and have been for all the cycles since. Your friend isn't in great shape either, but he bounced back fast. I make a habit of doing that. Seraphim's voice makes you spin around. Hey, you've got over your nose. Good to see you up. He can't suppress his smile. Are you okay? He smiles. Don't start fussing over me, Sleeper. I'm good. His eyes fall to Seraphim's bandaged abdomen. He notices he pulls a jacket over his wound. Certainly looks better than when you came in. You should have seen. Bliss stops abruptly after Seraphim glares in their direction. Here, Seraphim pulls 4 chits out of his pocket. Catch! He slings them over to Bliss. Thanks. That's all I could get for now. I mean, never mind the 121 credits that I am carrying in my pockets. I don't know that I'm wearing clothes. I mean, I had a thing with a hood to try and disguise myself to show you're not a sleeper. But I don't know. Alright. Working? What are you paying them for? Who do you think put the rig back together? Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Bliss looks at you apologetically. I know what it looks like, but I'm sorry. I can't work for free. Keeping this place going is bad enough. Yeah, man, I get it. Always trying to grind you down, corporate overlords. Seraphim nods. We're just thankful you towed us in. We aren't freeloaders. Let's look between the two of you. I'll let you two catch up. I turn to you. I'm glad you're awake. We were worried. I pat you on the shoulder and glide back down the corridor. The bliss gone, silence descends on you and Seraphim. Not sure what to say. Where's Junai? She's probably on the ship, working on that deck of hers. Seraphim looks out at the ship. She's been useful? Not sure if we would have got that distress signal out without her. What do you remember? Lane! Saffron grimaces at the mention of the name. Lane? He shakes his head. Seraphim looks out at the rig, takes a breath, steeling himself for what he has to say. Export is... clears his throat. It's he's gone. He flinches. I'm not going to say, what do you mean gone? No way. Dropped off the map. No signals, apart from the one sent from fleeing ships. He frowns. I don't know what happened. No one does. Mine skips, unable to focus on the information you've just been told. You think of the constant activity of the bends, the rumble of Factory Row, Carston. Gone. By the time Bliss reached out, we had drifted even. Not diffted. I don't know what diffting is. But I look forward to finding out. We had drifted out of range. They couldn't have seen it go up, but I saw Sleeper. Something exploded. White hot. He rubs his arm, suppressing a shiver. A moment later, shockwave was on us. The rig was crippled. He kept firing, but guidance went offline, sending us arcing out across the belt. He drops a hand inside his jacket, pressing against the bandage on his side. I mean, that's good news, right? As well as bad news? Because if we went off in an uncontrolled, random direction, then nobody can track that, right? Because we're not putting in a course. There'll be no way for us to work out what our trajectory is, because we would have been going off in a direction, and then the engines would have cut out, and then maybe they would have fired again in a different direction, and generally spinning out of control. So I think we're doing okay there, right? Managed to get it under control, but not before we started spinning. My restraints came loose, and you weren't even strapped in, so we both got scrambled. Smile's a weak smile. Felt like being trapped in an auto wash. I think you are lying to me. Turns back. I'm impressed you made it, to be honest. A flesh and blood human would have been smashed to pieces. You're silent. The image is a little too raw for him to continue. I think that might be why I'm glitching now. Could it be to do with us? Nah. It was definitely to do with us. I don't need to ask that question. I know it was about us. I would have done the same thing to try and stop me from leaving as well, because I'm amazing. Arrogant sleeper that I am. Can't believe it. You and all the belt. Seraphim sighs. All anybody is seeing is debris and radiation. I picked up a lot of transponders before the rig went offline. Maybe some people got out? Stops, unable to add anything more. You both float in silence for a moment. So, we lost our tail? Seems like it. He looks away. At least that shockwave would have burned out our trail out of the belt. For now. We'll radio Bliss for the work they did on the rig, and it isn't finished yet. A few more cycles, I've been told. Bliss won't hold us hostage, but I don't like to skip out without paying, even if we could get the rig started up. Rubs his necklace between his fingers. Bad karma. Beyond that, we need to work. Fuel, supplies. We need to make sure you are okay. Counts off the issues on his fingers. After that, never heard of anybody coming after us. If they did, they'd have come through export, or what's left of it. He looks away. The vast middle is way out of Lane's territory anyway. They call this bit of the belt the Wash. The stations here run differently to the dark side. So for now, we have some freedom. Separate size. Freedom to go broke, starve, and get into even more trouble, that is. In all honesty, I was hoping you might have some ideas. Pats you on the shoulder. Let's look for contracts. I want to explore this place. We should keep moving. Let's look for a contract. We need the money. You won't hear any complaints from me. He smiles. You won't be able to fly out of here We won't be able to fly out of here for a few cycles yet. But it won't hurt to have something lined up. He pauses to look away. Seraphim stares down. Look, Sleeper? He rubs his side. I'm not sure I can work right now. I just got kicked out of a salvage yard for passing out on the job. Looks away. Even with the pain meds, I've been able to scare up. I can fly, that's for sure. He stares obstinately at the rig, but you are going to need some crew if you want to do any serious work. Chews his lip. I'm sorry. Understood. Seraphin nods. He turns away. I'm gonna go take a rest on the rig. I'm wiped. Look out at the rig as he leaves. The warmth and softness of your waking memories now are distant. You look out on the rig as he leaves. The warmth and softness of your waking moments now feeling like a distant memory. That's better. Don't know what I was reading there. Is this what you wanted? Freedom! A chance to work for yourself, not Lane. Well, here it is. All the problems and complications you could imagine. But at what cost? Could Lane have wiped out export just trying to end you? You shiver at the thought. If not Lane, then who? Theories cloud your mind. I don't need to think about them right now. Now is not the time for theories. Take a breath. Time to make a plan. Alright, I was going to say, now I'm not looking at what it says on there on the glitch screen. I wonder if I have dice underneath the glitches, but I'm not allowed to know what their value are, and I just put them in at random. Or not at random, but I put them in and work it out. Or if they don't have a value, I put them in and it rolls them at that point. Now I'm going to read the tutorial and see what it says and see if I have guessed something correctly. You've gained some glitch. Glitch is a penalty you gain from repairing dice and from Lane's attempt to hack your system. Alright. So it is. I haven't repaired any dice, so there. Your current level of glitch is represented by the glitch clock to the right of your dice. You can have a maximum of 6. So 1 to 6 again. Each level of glitch you gain will increase your chance of rolling a glitch dice at the start of the cycle. Each time you roll a glitch dice, you clear 1 level of glitch. Alright. Glitch dice has an 80% chance of a negative outcome when used and a 20% chance of a positive outcome. Boo. Not what I thought then. Alright. But I've got 2 glitch dice. Alright. We'll continue. You find Junai at the airlock. New drive available. Cool. A small collection of things crammed into a bag. Oh, it wasn't interface, was it, that we didn't have? Junai's really good at interface, so putting some into interface would not help us. It was the thing that I'm not allowed to buy. Anyway, I was coming here to see you, I promise. She looks nervous. I was waiting for you to wake up, but Seraphin said you were okay, so... You're leaving? I am. Alright, okay. That sounds like the electric works that are happening. Because it's happening in my house, not in my street. So I might have to end this soonish. So we're going to go through this as quickly as we can. While you were out, she pauses, because of obvious reasons. I was doing some digging. It seems that core, the Solheim one, isn't the only one out there. I'm going to keep looking. I'll find another one. I'm not giving up. She takes a breath, but I'm going alone. We can help. No, look. She takes a dark breath. After what happened with the rig, Bliss saving us, we're lucky to be alive. She sifts her bag onto her shoulder. I think I'm better off alone. For now. Good luck, Sleeper, and tell Seraphin goodbye from me. What are you chasing? You know, just tell me what you're chasing so that if I come across it, then maybe, you know, I can contact you and tell you. She freezes, caught off guard by your question. She pauses. I know there's value, true value in the data, Sleeper. I know it, and She pauses again, unsure of herself. I have to protect. I have a project to continue, even when I won't abandon. Maybe I can tell you about it another time. She smiles weakly, closing up again. Well, she rubs the back of her neck. See you around. Watch her drift away down the docking tunnel, even. Then into the far spindle, with questions still bouncing around your head. Maybe if your paths cross again, might be able to get some of them answered. Alright, here we go. We've got 2 glitch dice, which, I mean, I don't understand. Maybe rolling a 1? Because it says... right. Let's have a look at the guide again. Glitch and glitch dice. There you go. Your current level of glitch is represented on the glitch clock to the right of the dice. You can have a maximum of 6. Glitch is a penalty you gain from repairing dice, haven't done any, and from Lane's attempt to hack your system. Understood. Each level of glitch you gain will increase the chance of rolling a glitch die. Each time you roll a glitch die, you clear 1 level of glitch. Glitch die has an 80% chance of negative when used and 20% chance of a positive outcome. You also gain permanent glitch, for example when breaking all your dice on the risky difficulty. The number of permanent glitches is represented in red on the glitch clock. You have a maximum of 6. Permanent glitch is not expended. Glitch die is rolled, cannot be fixed or otherwise removed. Okay, cool. Breaking all your dice on the risky difficulty. Okay, we're doing risky difficulty, right? Yes. See, this is worse. As I said before, this is worse than that. There we go. All right. So there we go. Explore the vast window and find potential crew. Those are our 2 drives. All right. 3 places to look at the moment. Oh no, we can go up there. 4, 5. Alright. And I think that's it. Hello! Give me a sec. Alright. This is where we're going to have to end for the day, unfortunately. So let me say thank you very much for being here. We will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be doing Marvel Spider-Man 2. And yeah, until the next time, thank you for being here. I have been Richard. This whole thing around us has been LMTDTMFFR, or set with me now, limited time alpha novels, and you have fun. And of course, as always, do the thing that you meant to do and stay weird.